Moving on to the quarterbacks, the money-making position.
Yeah.
Would you like to kick us off with your
Sure.
boom?
My first boom is someone I never thought I would say is a boom candidate. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes and caught by Worthy, touchdown.
Oh,
Yeah. Only because he's expected to be way so much better. I think this is the week that they actually do better. They're playing against the Bucks, and Baker has shown that he will push teams to like do more than they have to beat
like
the
a
Bucks.
shootout.
Yeah, the Bucks aren't a team to like. It's not an easy win ever,
Right.
no matter what.
Right.
And so I think Mahomes with his team, like with a more offense-fueled mindset, I think he's going to come out and he's going to actually have a game that he should be normally doing.
This might be his worst fantasy season.
Oh, 100%.
100%, right?
It must be, yeah.
Okay. Of course, I drafted this year.
Honestly, he probably was dropped in most leagues. I mean, I would have dropped him.
Yeah, I dropped him.
Exactly.
So,
But I think he's going to come out with a great game. Probably, against the Bucks too. It's really because of the offense, the defense that they can play against, and the team itself. Baker has proven that he can still score.
you think it's gonna be a close game?
I think so. Only because the Chiefs haven't really proved that they could pull away from any game.
Yeah, they just keep squeaking out wins.
Yeah, and Bucks have also proved that they will be in every single game that they can be in. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I would have never thought anyone would say that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, with me, I would have never thought I'd say he's a boom, too. But my boom this week is Caleb Williams.
Day and looks good when I go quick. Here's a bootleg. Williams able to get around Armstrong. Now throws it across his body. Look at that throw. Keenan Allen to the 18-yard.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You believe.
Yeah, I mean, he has that Mahomes factor. He didn't play so well this week, but the previous 3 weeks he was playing phenomenal. But they're playing against Arizona. Arizona's given up the 7th most yards to quarterbacks. Arizona is also 27th in sacks per game.
Oh.
And I feel like Chicago, like, if he has time, like they'll be all right.
If he has time.
Yeah, but I always feel like that's the issue with Chicago. And so I expect Caleb to bounce back this game. And I think it's gonna be I honestly think both quarterbacks are gonna have a great game. It's gonna be one of those games, a big shootout. And so,
do you know if Mike Evans is back?
It didn't sound like he is.
I see.
It didn't sound like he is, but yeah.
I see. I mean, Baker obviously can do it without him.
Yeah, crazy.
He's
baked.
Too good. Honestly, too good. Sorry. So my bust this week, I have a guy who I thought was going to be probably a top 5 quarterback this year, but he's not. CJ Stroud.
3 timeouts. Stroud stays in there, throws end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown.
Me too.
Yeah. You said that so sad.
Me too. Well, I was like, as soon as you said that, I was like, I know who it is.
Yeah, dude. What a he started out so hot. But yeah, I mean, playing against the Jets who, even if their offense sucks, their defense is still good.
Yeah.
And just losing Diggs is huge.
Yeah.
Tank coming up. I mean,
Nico was big enough.
Nico's still on IR, so they just have Tank who, I mean, he loves Tank, but
he can't do it alone.
He can't do it alone. I think they have guys like Hendricks.
I don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, when you had that 3 as a receiving 3, like, you don't really know
the other guys.
That, right?
Dalton Schultz.
I mean, he's gonna come up this.
I mean, good news is Mixon's been killing it.
Yeah, on the ground. But I mean, you could say more, but CJ.
I mean, yeah, just losing Diggs and Collins. That's huge. I did write New York Jets. They haven't been that good as a defense as we expected, but they are still second in terms of passing yards allowed per game. First is Tennessee.
Which is so weird.
So weird, right? So weird. But I also feel like both teams, their running backs have been playing very well. And so I expect them to kind of run the ball.
Gotcha.
Because I also don't think their line is good enough to protect their quarterbacks all the time.
Makes sense. I mean, Joe Mixon's the fact that we've always thought he can do it.
He's finally doing it.
He's finally doing it.
Yeah. So. And then Breece Hall.
Yeah, I don't expect either team to really have a lot of passing yards.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too high scoring of a game either.
Yeah.
So.
It'll be interesting, but yeah,
CJ, yeah.
Mhm. All right, well, that was doubled up. So for my sleeper this week, I have Daniel Jones.
They're down and 8. Jones, beautiful throw and a completion. Slayton still rolling and down to the 40.
Really?
Yeah, against the Commanders.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw it, but Daniel Jones, dude,
He's like low key, like kind of rising in the ranks. I saw that too.
that throw he threw to yeah,
Slayton?
Yeah, that was a
I
dime.
saw that.
That was a dime. And you know what's so funny? Like he has these moments where
you're just like, wow,
and then
just like, and then it's like, wow.
Yeah, he had a rough game against the Steelers. That being said, it is against the Steelers, who we all know is a really great pass team. But there were moments during that game I was watching him where he was quick to react. Like he had a lot of pressure. He was under pressure a lot, but was still able to get the ball out.
Yeah.
Not fully his fault. I think his O-line kind of could do better for him. But they're playing against Washington, which is a divisional game, and I think with that, Daniels is still going to be. Daniels going to play. He's going to kill it, and so I think Daniel Jones will have the ball more, and with Neighbors and Slayton coming out, like I think they're just gonna attack the air more. Granted, their running back Tracy.
Tracy?
Is it Tracy, right?
Yeah.
Tracy, right?
Yeah.
He's out.
Or I don't know. He has a concussion last game, but he could play.
Yeah, but he killed it last game.
He did kill
that. But with that out, they're gonna rely on Daniel more.
Wow, Daniel Jones. My sleeper this week is good old Joe Flacco.
Minutes left to go and all of your timeouts. Flacco taking a shot toward the end zone. He's got Pierce. Touchdown.
I mean,
that Colts team is just
weird. It's weird.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's like, first of all, Minnesota has given up the most fantasy points to quarterbacks, which is shocking. They've also given up the third most passing yards per game this season. But I mean, like you said, like that Colts offense is weird, and like oddly enough, like they just play better with Joe.
They seem more like fluid.
Like things just work. And so I feel like Minnesota, that ranking of giving up the most points to quarterbacks isn't really like indicative of like how bad Minnesota's D is. It's because I feel like they're always leading.
I see. So like they're
always throwing. Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of what the case has been.
I see. It makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I think Joe's gonna do the same thing. Like, and so I would start Joe over CJ, honestly.
I would. I think I would too.
So I think Joe will have a big week.
Nice.
Was that it?
That was it.
That might have been our quickest.
That was good.
We were.
Yeah. I had another sleeper too, Bo Nix.
Ooh.
But I was waiting to see if you were going to say it because you kind of.
Well, I said it last week.
Yeah, I know.
So I didn't want to say it again.
But then I realized the Ravens' pass defense is pretty trash.
But again, I think it's the same reason as Minnesota. Because when I was looking at the rankings too, I was like, why are all the elite teams?
But I feel like it's like because they play from up so much.
Exactly.
They just
throw it.
They just no, not even that, but they like the secondaries and stuff like the Ravens, if they're playing against like the Broncos, whatever. They'll like let them throw. Just let everything in front of them.
Yeah.
So just leave hella gaps.
Right.
Because
then Baltimore, it's funny because they've given up the most passing yards. They the least amount of rushing yards on the season. So
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.